What's up YouTube? AdamDeFresh here. This is going to be part 2 install. We're going to do the back end of the Buick, lifting it with universal car lifts kit for a Buick Lesabre. That consists of front lift struts and back cups for the back. If you didn't see part 1, you might want to watch that before you watch this. If not, if you want to watch the back first, watch the back, then we'll go back to the front, whatever. But yeah, in this video, we're going to lift the back of this car. Alright, so the front went pretty smooth yesterday. We did the front. Now we're going to do the back. That should be pretty easy. As you can see here, the car is sitting higher in the front now than the back. Oh, thanks, bud. Love you too. So we are going to start by jacking the back of the car up and getting the back wheels off. I'm pretty sure you should know how to take wheels off a car. If you don't know how to take wheels off a car, you shouldn't even be doing this. So we're going to take the wheels off and we'll get back. Alright you guys, we're going to do it one side at a time instead of putting the whole car in the air. There's not too many jack points, so I want to keep a couple things under one side for safety. Because I've done this before. I haven't done the struts in the front before. That was the first time I did that, but I've done this kind of thing before with the cups in the back, so I know what we're going to have to do, prying on things, jacking things. So the reason I started with the driver's side on this car is because this car has like load shocks. So basically when a bunch of people get in the back of the car, you got a bunch of crap in the trunk. This air shock fills up with air and evens the car out so it doesn't sag. Now a lot of people doing this would eliminate that air strut and the air line and all the air stuff and just throw either a shock or a spring helper shock there. But I'm going to attempt to keep it because this car, everything works. The driver's side of the car has the sensor for it. That's the sensor. So basically when the car is on the ground, this piece of metal is straight like that, straight across. So we're going to put a 3-inch cup under the spring. It's going to make it 3 inches bigger. I don't know if that means we're going to have to make this 3 inches longer or not, so we're going to have to see when it's all done. But this bar right here, this little connector piece, is what tells this thing if we're too low, and then it pumps up with air until this is straight again. So for now, we're going to pop this thing off, do the spring job, and then we're going to see how far we have to go to get this straight again. And I'm going to either make a new bar for it that's the right length now, or and just cut this and make it longer. Right now we're going to pop this off, and then we're going to have to, if you see the bottom control arm or whatever you would call it down there, pivots from up there and back in there, straight down here. So basically the shock and this arm here is what's holding it from swinging down farther. So we're going to take this bar off, we're going to unbolt the bottom of the shock, and then see if we get any push down. If we get any push down, we won't disconnect this, but if we don't get any push down, which I have a feeling we're not going to get the push down we need, we're going to disconnect this now. We're going to disconnect that also. I need coffee. Had to disconnect both over here to get it to swing down. And if you could see, I got a bottle jack in there to open up the A-arm even farther. To be honest, I don't know how the hell I'm going to get these cups in here. Basically, this thing has to go underneath that spring. I got the A-arm all the way down, or whatever you would call this arm, until it's touching there. It's as far down as it's going to go. And the springs, I mean, look at that. If I take this rubber out, they don't have that much room. I don't know, maybe compress the spring a little bit just to get it in place. This rubber, you see it has a circle in the bottom, sits in that A-arm. Then we're gonna pop this sucker right on there like that, and then that should go inside the coil spring there. And then we will jack it up and Yeah, I'll come back after I try to pry that thing in there. I'm a little weirded out on how this is going to work because of the angle of the A-arm right now, and I've seen pictures where this is definitely kind of cocked like that, and it's okay, but yeah, we'll give it a shot and see what happens. Alright, we're all in. Remember when I had said that the front was supposed to be the hard part? This was a bigger pain in the ass, to be honest. It's compressed now because the jack's under it. But now I got the spring in there with the spacer underneath. I think I'm going to jack it up, and then these should slide right back in, get them back on. Then we'll measure for this, get that going. Yeah, so spring spacer's in. That was a pain in the butt. Well, side one on the back went pretty easy, I guess, compared to this. I know I literally just said that was a pain in the ass, but I got my cup there. See where the spring needs to go. Crazy angle. And this is probably literally my 10th attempt to compress the spring to get it in there. And I did that on the other side. I compressed the spring and got it in there. It took maybe 2 or 3 tries, but this side, holy crap, I'm having a hard time. Every time I tighten the compressors, when I tighten one side and then go to the other side, they slip. And I can't get it. I must have just got lucky that time. I can't get it compressed enough to get her in there. Now that I'm standing over it looking at it, it looks like I'm getting pretty close this time. But holy crap, it's literally probably been an hour and a half just trying to get this spring in there. It all came apart 5 minutes. But now, yeah, I'm having a hard time here with this. I will be back whether it's in 2 seconds or in 3 days when that spring is in there, because I will not give up. Alright, you guys are like magic. I put the phone down, and that was it. Tightened it up a little more and I got it in there. That is a bigger pain in the ass than I thought. It wasn't this hard in the Caprice. So yeah, got this stuff all bolted back up. I looked at the adjuster for the air on the other side, and I'm thinking, actually, if you look at this side, these holes are where the adjuster would normally hook up. So I think I'm going to get it at ride height. I'm going to unbolt the adjuster, drop it down 3 inches, and then just screw it back in so it's level, and it should work fine. So yeah, got a mess to clean up everywhere, and I'm going to throw the wheels on and see how it looks. That's better. Something weird about this car in the back has something to do with the air suspension. When you jack it up and when you put the car back down, it's like a couple inches higher than it should be. So it's really not going to sit that high in the back. The air strut actually fills itself with air when you jack it up, but it's not releasing the air because it doesn't think it's, I don't know, it thinks it's right. So it always, when you let it off jacks, it's always a little higher than it should be in the back. And usually once you drive it back and forth, it levels itself out and goes back to where it should. But the new struts I did in the front, you can't really see, but the perches there, they actually hit on the inside of the rim, like right here a little bit. I tried putting spacers on it to move the car, and then the studs aren't long enough when I put spacers on. So I hate to say it, but the car has to sit here because these rims are actually too small now. You can't run the car with anything smaller than probably a 22 because the rim is actually hitting the strut now. So I called the rim guy, tried to get a rush, and I'm just waiting. I actually can't move the car, so I can't even back the car up to let the back suspension figure out what it's supposed to do to get back to where it should be, but it'll probably be about an inch lower. And it's literally stuck like this until the 24s come. So I don't know. Yeah. Looks tall. Beefy. That's what I'm looking for, beefy. I don't want Vinny to be stunting on me. The back was definitely a pain in the ass to get those cups in there. But after 3 tries on one side and probably 50 tries on this side, you can get them in, spring compress them like to the hell and back, and it'll work out. So yeah, the next car video is either going to be putting the rims on this or putting headrest monitors in it. I'll do one of those videos. So basically it's just a waiting game now to get the wheels for it. AdamDeFresh, thanks for watching. The back cups, this install, and the full suspension was purchased from universalcarlifts.com. Inexpensive, like I said, and pretty easy to do. AdamDeFresh, thanks for watching. Hope you liked it. Rims coming soon. I'm out.